So this is your environment object. Which one's your environment object that you're sharing?
This HockeyTracker
Yep,
object.
that looks right.
So I think, so where I left off was, I'm in this workout list view.
Okay.
And I'm trying to list the workouts.
Okay.
This error. And then you said that I may need to implement identifiable.
Yes. So here's one thing is you want to, instead of using HK workout, I would use a different struct. I think actually HK workout might be a class, not a struct anyways.
Oh, okay.
So you want to actually be a struct. So the way to think about it is like you want to implement more like a model view model type pattern. And what that means is like, so your data is the HK workout, right? But then, can move this over here. Yeah, there we go. So their data is the HK workout, but then your view model is going to be something different that maps the actual data to something that SwiftUI will then interpret and display on the screen. So that's where you're going to want like a separate struct for the view model that is not necessarily tightly coupled with HealthKit. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
So we actually have kind of scaffolding for that because up right here, I pulled this up yesterday. This is something I was messing around like a couple years ago with.
That's exactly what I would do. And then you could have like an instantiator that can take in, or a constructor that can take in a HK workout and then do the heavy lifting of like basically storing that as into the struct.
Right. Okay, so assuming I did that, what does identifiable get you? Is that because this needs?
Yeah, so the list either needs a key property to get an ID, or you can just implement identifiable. And like you said, there's a grid, I think, or a UUID on the workout that you can use, right?
Yes.
Yep. So just to implement that on that workout struct, and then list should work automatically. So just do list, and then what's the autocomplete that pops up?
Having some work done outside my house. So.
That's all right.
Okay,
I got 5 kids home, so it's totally understandable. So yeah, you want to do the 5th one, the one that takes data and row content.
Mm-hmm. That one?
Yeah, that's the one you want to use. So then your data is going to be your array of workouts, and then your row content is a closure that takes in the workout and creates another view. So you could do like text, for instance, for right now, but typically no, it won't be the ID. It'll actually be the workout.
Oh.
Yep. And then you could probably get rid of the thing that returns the view. You don't need the return thing. But you can see there, and that is actually, get rid of the arrow and then just put in. Yep. And then you could do something like return and then just do like text. I think is it text or label? Gosh, I don't remember all my names, but I think it's like text, and then because this is where you text. Yeah, there we go. And then do workout dot like name or whatever you want to show up. But this is where you draw the actual view on the screen, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just need to implement identifiable on whatever your workout struct is going to be in order for that to work. That's why it's complaining about how HK workout or HK object doesn't conform to identifiable. Now, I mean, you could probably extend HK workout to be identifiable, That would be a quick hack, but it wouldn't be really like, I would really recommend having a separate struct for your view model, if that makes sense.
Right. So just the overall though, with this environment object, so I'm setting it here.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. So then what happens is now previously I had on the V stack, and then on a peer I would load the workouts.
Yeah, that's probably more what you want to do.
Then I moved it here into the init.
Okay.
Because the thought was, well, anytime this is instantiated, I want to load the workouts. But it also had to do with what I was asking yesterday about how I wasn't seeing the workouts in the preview window.
Mm-hmm.
That may be why.
Does it work now?
This works, yes.
In the preview window?
It works building and running on device.
Okay.
And that's what you were saying as well. Was it sounded like, and why is that? Like, why can't you make an actual HealthKit query in the preview window?
I don't think you have access to HealthKit probably in the preview window. So I think that's can you look? Like, does it give you an error? What was the error that I was giving you in the preview window?
It just wasn't shown. It wasn't getting called.
Okay. Yeah, I doubt you're going to have any access to HealthKit. So what you're going to want to do is, this is where like you're having that struct for your view model is going to be helpful, is that you can allow then in your preview to instantiate the HockeyTracker object with your own like set of fake workout data. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about mocking a workout for years, because it would be so.
Right. So that's what you're going to want to do anyways, because if you're going to preview the data, you're going to want to like play around with like weird workout stuff, like, oh, what if I put this really long string in here? What's it going to actually look like? Like things like that. Like you actually would want that control anyways. So that's where mocking a workout would make a lot of sense.
Right. And I was getting complicated with it, thinking like iterating through all my workouts and like pulling out averages and making a mock average workout, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I probably got like over 150 hockey workouts.
Yeah.